Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to go over putting speed with the ProTee VX, the Foresight GC and do a couple of things. If you saw my ProTee VX versus GCQuad comparison video, that was one thing I pointed out, was that the ProTee VX at its default speed was on average maybe 1 mile an hour faster than the GCQuad ball speed with putts. And so that really got me wondering which one is more accurate. But then the cool thing is the ProTee VX has the ability to adjust that putt speed up or down that it sends to third-party software like GCPRO. We're gonna measure the stimp speed in here, find out what it is, then we're gonna compare the two, and then at the end, if the ProTee VX needs adjusting, I'm gonna dial in that speed so that the putts match what it's rolling here in GCPRO as long as they're on the same stimp, or if it's a faster or slower stimp in GCPRO than what's in my sim room, then I will know and I can adjust for that accordingly depending on what course I'm playing. Let's get started measuring the stimp speed. I picked up this little compact stimp meter from Amazon. I think it's from DP Golf. They had a full-size one and a compact one. And I got the compact one because obviously the ball will roll shorter, and so I didn't have to worry about potentially with the long one running out of space and that ball hitting the screen. Basically, it just said that you use this, but then double the readings to get the true speed. So it's, I'm assuming, half length, or it's gonna roll about halfway as a normal one. I have got a tee right here in the middle of my hitting strip. That's where I'm gonna start the roll from. I'm gonna pull this tape measure out all the way to the screen so that I can see how far these balls roll. And from the tee, we've got just a little more than 10.5 feet to the bumper here on the screen. And we've got a brand new Pro V1, which is what I normally use. So the idea is you rest the ball in this little hole, you leave it flat on the ground, and then you raise the end up until the ball falls on its own, and then we're gonna measure how far it rolls. We are gonna set the ball there. This will be roll number 1. Here we go. There we go. I would say that's just under 6 feet, about 70 inches. Normally when you use these on a real green, they want you to roll several putts in both directions on a flat area of the green. Because in the sim, I'm only putting this direction, I think I'm just going to putt in this direction towards the screen. All right, roll number 2. Where'd we go there? That is about 5.5 feet. Let's try it one more time. And this time I'm gonna block the camera a little bit because I wanna try and make sure I'm doing it as well as I can. There we go. Just about 69 inches, right between 5.5 and 6 feet. I wish I was gonna get kind of an even number. We would double that. It's gonna be somewhere between, I guess, 11 and 12. I'm gonna call it 11. I really doubt it's going 12. One thing to keep in mind is that if you're in a garage like me, typically the garage is going to slope away towards the street a little bit. So I'm probably not on a perfectly level surface, but it's pretty close. I mean, close enough that I can't tell. That's why I only rolled it in this direction. By the way, in case anyone asks, this is, I believe it's Grass Tech's Money Putt turf, and I got it from the indoor golf shop. The color is pretty close to the SIGPRO Softy matte, which is what I have here. The Money Putt turf is just slightly darker, but it's very close. Okay, so I'm gonna go into GCPRO and I'm gonna open up TechBud's Galactic practice green. I believe it is on his Patreon. I really like this for putting practice because it's perfectly flat. Stimp is set to 11, which is what we're going with as the speed in here. Putting assistance is off. We're not really worried about accuracy, left and right, just speed. We'll go with the GCQuad first. Instead of using a T there to mark where I'm putting from, I'm just gonna switch to this black ball marker. I don't want the GCQuad or the ProTee VX to have this white T in front of the ball or anything like that. So I will just put it right there. That'll be my start line. And I'm gonna measure out, let's go with an 8-foot putt. We'll measure from this ball mark. And I'm gonna use this putt out putting cup just because it'll be easy to see because it's orange and the size of a regular hole on the bottom. But I'm not gonna putt into this. I'm gonna set it to the side. This will just mark our distance. The front of the cup is right at 8 feet. And then I'm gonna do the same thing in GS Pro here. There we go. We got exactly 8 feet. And I'm just gonna aim left so I don't hit the hole. It's perfectly flat putt. We're kind of mimicked exactly what we've got set up here in real life. I'm gonna try and get this to stop in real life right next to the putting cup. And I hit it way past the putting cup, all the way to my screen. Same thing happened. That's good, but it doesn't tell me too much. I need to slow it down here. And honestly, that looked pretty close, just a couple inches short, and I would say maybe we are 5 inches short, something like that. Looks like on GS Pro that went just past the hole. Here in real life, that is right in the middle of the hole. I hit that pretty close to perfect speed in real life, and that was pretty close, just a tad faster. The other thing to keep in mind, there's nothing I can do about this, but I do have this hitting mat cut in to the turf, so there's a little bit of a transition right here between my stance mat and the turf. It's pretty smooth. It's exactly the same height. Past the hole for sure, about a little more than a foot maybe from the front edge of the cup. So far, what do you think? I think it's been pretty close to spot on, which I'm a little bit surprised at. I haven't been paying attention to the putt speeds, but they've been up on the screen if you wanted to look at that. In the top left corner ball speed, that one was 3.7 miles an hour. Let's try and leave this one short if possible. Not really. That one just passed the hole in real life, just past the hole on GS Pro. I mean, this one is maybe 2 or 3 inches past the hole. That's what it looked like on GS Pro. That might be short. Yeah, forgot to move the aim. A couple inches short in real life. That's maybe 6 to 8 inches short in real life. Pretty close here. That's right on the money in real life. I mean, that is center of the hole, and it honestly looked maybe just a ball short on GS Pro. Overall, I gotta say, that was really, really close. I was expecting it to be slower. Everything really seemed to be kind of within a cup of the correct speed. I'm gonna switch over to the ProTee VX and we're gonna do the same thing. And that last putt was 3.3 miles an hour. Like I said, I wasn't looking at them all with the GCQuad, but it seems to be 3.3 to 3.7 roughly. Let me go ahead and turn the GCQuad off, because in this video we're doing them one at a time. ProTee VX is on. We've got an 8-foot putt, and let's try the same thing here. Okay. Almost to the edge of the gimme circle. Gimmies are at 5 feet. So in GS Pro, that putt rolled about 5 feet past the hole. In real life, it rolled maybe 5 or 6 inches past the hole. I think pretty quickly, we can tell there's a huge difference between these two. What was the putt speed? 4.5 miles an hour. Almost 5 feet past the hole. This one is about, looks like about 1 ball past the hole, maybe 2. So clearly we see a difference. That one was 4.3 miles an hour. So ProTee so far has been all over 4 miles an hour. Let me try and leave this one short. Let me try to make it the right distance in GS Pro and see how far that is in real life. Basically, I'm reversing what I'm trying to do here. If I gotta hit this 8 feet in GS Pro. Okay, I didn't mean to make the putt. But I did, so at least that was the right speed. Geez, I am super short here. That's about 3 feet short. So I guess I rolled it about 5 feet in real life to go 8 feet in GS Pro. I think it's a pretty obvious answer here. It's not the answer I was expecting, honestly. And that one, ball speed 3.4 miles an hour, and as we saw with GCQuad, that was the right ball speed to get it the right distance. Let's try this one more time. Yeah, looks like maybe 6 inches past the hole in GS Pro and about maybe 2 feet short here in real life, 3.6 mile an hour ball speed. So I think we have an answer. If the stimp really is about 11 here in my sim on my turf, we've got the stimp set to 11 on GS Pro. GCQuad seems to be producing the right ball speed. ProTee VX definitely seems to be fast. But the cool thing is that ProTee VX has what they call the putt speed multiplier. It actually allows you to dial up or dial down the speed of putts that it sends to third-party software like GSPro. So I can actually adjust this. And as far as I know, this is the only launch monitor that lets you do this. All right, so now I'm recording my ProTee Lab screen here, and I can go into settings, go into game options. You can see we've got GSPro here and putt speed multiplier. So by default, it's at 1. Let me dial this down, and I'm just gonna kind of repeat the process until we get it right. Let's go to 0.8. Guess I could do some math and try and figure it out, but let's just start off at 0.8, and we will repeat the process here until we get the putt speed right. Okay, that was a lot closer. Honestly, it looked like it rolled a little bit past the hole farther in real life than it did in GSPro. Let me try that again. That's very close. That looks pretty much identical. Maybe 10 inches past the hole. Look the same in both cases. Let me just see. Let's go to 0.75, just in case. These two may be too close to really tell a difference. Okay. Yep. It looked like it stopped right at the front edge of the cup in GSPro, and right here, that's pretty much center of the cup, maybe back of it, but pretty much right in the hole it stopped. Let's just get a few more samples here and decide if it's 0.75 or 0.8. Yeah, so that rolled just to the back of the hole in real life, and it was stopped just in front of the hole in GSPro. Let me go back up to 0.8. Yeah, that's it. Within an inch or two of each other. So stopping maybe a ball short of the hole. That one in GSPro might have made it to the front lip, but pretty close. I guess that pretty much settles it. I don't have a perfect simulator floor. The stimp seemed to be about 11 for me. There's obviously a huge difference in speed between these two launch monitors. It just seemed like it was pretty obvious GCQuad is more accurate with the putt speed, and that's not actually what I was expecting. But the coolest thing about it is it really doesn't matter for ProTee VX because you can adjust that putt speed up or down, and I was able to do that pretty quickly and dial it in. So I'm gonna leave it like that. Hopefully I will stop 3-putting with ProTee VX and do a little better on some of these rounds. I'm surprised. Let me know what you guys think. Again, it's not a perfect experiment, but it was pretty close, at least I think. I convinced myself. Yeah, there we go. ProTee VX and GCQuad putting speed. Learned something new. All right, guys. See you in the next video.